The grief continues and the search for answers just beginning after a man who shouldn't have had guns shot and killed 3 first responders.
Tonight, those who knew them and those who didn't mourning the 3 fallen heroes, including hundreds of people who lined a 27-mile stretch of highway to send off firefighter and paramedic Adam Finseth.
Danny Spiewak spoke with people along the way there to honor him. Danny?
Randy and Julie, Adam Finseth was a Rochester, Minnesota native who lived in Savage, but his family is working through a funeral home in Jordan. Today, hundreds of people greeted them there to show their support. When a firefighter dies in the line of duty.
Yeah, and sadly, it's kind of a wake-up call for a lot of people and the risks that people take day in and day out.
The impact extends far beyond one department.
You feel kind of powerless.
Jeremy Gable is a firefighter in Jordan, the final stop on Monday's 27-mile procession for fallen Burnsville firefighter paramedic Adam Finseth.
You know, we want to send that message, what this all means to all of us.
Finseth had worked in 3 Minnesota fire departments during his career and was a veteran of the U.S. Army.
Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 347th Infantry Division. Served in Iraqi freedom.
But Finseth was also a father, active with his son's Boy Scouts.
We went to an event on Friday with him.
Justin Rasmussen had to have a difficult conversation with his kids this weekend.
We just went with telling them the truth about him.
About why one of the dads in their troop won't be coming back.
It's really sad. It's just, why? Why do people need to do that?
As Finseth's procession inched toward the funeral home,
I think they're getting close.
retired Burnsville firefighter Dave Giles couldn't help but reflect.
It's just a sad day. You don't ever want to lose part of your family. That's what it is. Fire and police are your family.
That family traveled to Jordan with strength in numbers.
It's like, here comes the trooper.
With an escort from the Patriot Guard, Finseth's remains arrived just before sundown.
It's a shame that this has to happen.
In a site that's become all too familiar in Minnesota in recent months.
You hope this is the last time, but you just never know. When you go to work, you never know. In addition to members of the Burnsville Fire Department, some of Finseth's former colleagues from previous fire departments also attended the procession today. The Savage Fire Department, where he worked for 6 years, says Finseth's legacy is etched in the memories of those who served alongside him.
Today, we're also learning more about the 2 officers who were killed in Burnsville yesterday. In a statement, Officer Paul Elmstrand's wife, Cindy, said her family is heartbroken, calling him an amazing husband, father, son, and friend, and saying he, quote, had a servant's heart and would drop everything to help someone who was in need, whether it be family, friend, or someone on the street. Officer Matt Ruge was a part of the Burnsville Police Department's crisis negotiations team. He graduated from Minnesota State University Mankato in 2008. Today, in a statement, the university's president said, quote, in every corner of the world, Mavericks are doing incredible and sometimes dangerous work. On days like these, we must remember that even in dark times, our community is strong and resilient. Meanwhile, a 4th first responder who was shot is out of the hospital. Burnsville officials say Adam Medlicott was released late yesterday and is recovering at home.
We are also learning more about the man who killed the first responders, 38-year-old Shannon Gooden. He was ordered by a judge not to have any guns because of a prior felony conviction. His relationships include allegations of abuse. Lou Ragoose spoke with his ex-girlfriend today, who had been reunited with 3 of her children who had been inside the house during the shooting.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Shots fired. Heavy gunfire from the front.
While Shannon Gooden was shooting at Burnsville first responders early Sunday morning, 7 children were inside the home. 3 of them were kids he had with ex-girlfriend Noemi Torres.
It was very scary being with him.
Noemi says Gooden killed himself right in front of 2 teens, and before doing so, asked them if they wanted to die with him.
It was just like, you wasn't scared at all? She was like, no. I was like, did you get a scare at any point in time? She was like, after my dad had asked me, like, do you want to come with me? And I was just like...
And when he said come with, does that mean come with to die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Noemi says she had no idea Gooden, who was barred from having guns, had so many rifles and handguns inside the home where a judge ordered her kids would spend most of their time.
It's just a scary feeling to know that they weren't in that much danger. Like, I tried so hard to get them from their dad.
During their abusive relationship, Noemi says Gooden would threaten to shoot police if she ever called 911 on him. She's heartbroken for the families of the first responders and for her innocent children.
Even though their dad is this monster, and that's still their father. They love, they had unconditional love for him. And it hurts me because somebody so evil like that, and they still get all the love from their children.
Lou Ragoose, KARE 11 News.
If you want to help the families of those first responders, the city of Burnsville says it'll have official donation pages posted later this week on its website. That said, the city says watch out for any scams. We have a link to the city's website on KARE11.com, and we'll keep following the newest developments from Burnsville. Stick with us on air and online at KARE11.com.
To